Lynn is going to help us learn about how those limiting beliefs that we have about money is preventing us from being successful as real estate agents.
Welcome to the Jennifer J. Hammond Podcast. Jennifer is a licensed realtor, educator, speaker, and best-selling author. Jennifer's goal is to help you find your yay in every day.
Hello. This is Jennifer J. Hammond. Lynn Patner here. Lynn is going to help us learn about how those limiting beliefs that we have about money is preventing us from being successful as real estate agents. So welcome to the show, Lynn.
Thank you, Jennifer. It's really very nice of you to have me on the show.
Well, it's such a pleasure. I think this is such an important and yet very overlooked topic. And I don't think a lot of real estate agents even think that their own personal limiting beliefs that they could have gotten from their parents when they were children could be affecting their real estate business today.
I totally agree with you, because when we're little kids between the ages of 0 and 8, what happens is we take a look and we're absorbing everything. We're like sponges. And if our parents are having money difficulties and they're saying we don't have enough, or life is hard, or whatever their belief system is, it's being passed down to the children. The children then take this belief system and it becomes a thought process. Money is hard to get. One has work. Oh, the famous one when I was growing up, money doesn't grow on trees. Everyone had the money doesn't grow on trees. But what happens, Jennifer, is because of this, their belief systems become thoughts, and thoughts are electromagnetic. They call to you what you believe to be true. So when you have a limiting belief about money and you say, I just don't have enough money to live, I know I'm not going to get this money for this job, this house may be too expensive, my client may not have it, you then have something called transference in it. The transference is coming from the limiting belief that you have. Maybe this house that's $1 million is really a far stretch for your clients, but they may be able to do that. But if you have a limiting belief and it's being transferred to your clients, unconsciously, as a matter of fact, they'll pick up that vibe and maybe they will say, oh no, maybe I can't have it. It's the old thing about wanting a Corvette. So you want a Corvette and the Corvette starts, vroom, 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 and it starts coming to you and you say, oh my God, I don't know about the insurance. How am I going to cover the insurance? And the Corvette moves back. And then you say, well, I'll afford the insurance. I can do that. The Corvette starts again and it's coming closer and closer and closer to you. But then you say, this is just over. I can't do this. I don't have enough money. Poof, goes away. So it's important. I really believe it's very important for everybody, especially realtors in this field, because it's a difficult field, especially now. It's hard for them. If they just look at their beliefs about money and they see where they're coming from, they can say, I was 4 years old when I learned that money's too hard to get, and it's still running my life now. And so as they get that, and then they can recreate their story. Money is effortless and easily given to me. I come from abundance. Abundance comes to me. It's almost little mantras that you can say. So that's what I know about that. I think it's very important. Do you have any questions?
And one of the things I would ask you is that, so real estate agents a lot of times also are very competitive with each other because, again, they come from that mindset of scarcity, that there are only so many clients. And so there's only limited amount of money, limited amount of clients, limited amount of houses to sell. And that's not been my experience. There's always another house. There's always another client. There's an abundance of clients. But one of the things with that limiting belief about money, they also have a limiting belief and scarcity belief about clients. How do you think they can change that? You talked a little bit about mantras, but what other action steps could they take?
You explain exactly what it's like, by the way, of a limiting belief in action. Because if you have that limiting belief, it comes to you. it's really hard to say this, but and especially because I don't know everybody very well. But what I call the universe is listening. You have no idea how powerful you are as an individual. You have no idea. And it's listening to what you're asking for. And if you say, oh, I'm in with so many other people and they're all smarter than me and I don't know what I'm going to do, and you will make yourself feel less than. If you aren't enough and you feel less than, or you feel like an imposter, that's the energy you put in the field, and that's what you get back. If you want to make a good living, support your family, support yourself, you've got to find that belief. And when you find the belief, you have to investigate it. Because even though you know everybody is born of the scar clan, it's either a physical scar or an emotional scar, but we all have scars. Growing up is not easy. It's hard. I was a children's protective social worker. I know what it's like. But I also know that your thoughts literally do create your reality. So the tools, one tool that I'm using now in the groups I'm teaching is your gratitude tool, which is a great tool. Every night before you go to bed, you have to write down 3 to 5 things. What were you grateful for? Not the same thing. I'm grateful I have a house. I'm grateful I have a dog. You don't do that every day. You change it so it makes you look at different things. When you start doing gratitude, it raises your vibration. When your vibration is raised and your belief system is under control, you will attract to you so much that you won't believe it's happening. It's all about manifestation. But people talk about manifesting all the time. They just forget the key part is the inner child and what they believe to be true. So that's another tool you could use. Gratitude, kindness. Kindness raises your vibration.
Definitely. I was going to say one of the things that I found is when someone is feeling a little bit sad, especially in the office, that I asked them, when was the last time you volunteered for something or when and you helped someone else? You know, if you can spend a little bit of time helping someone else, it's amazing how quickly you can change your attitude and you can restore your energy and your gratitude of just how many things that you have blessings surrounding you.
Even a smile. You all go to the grocery store, just smile at everybody because it's a hard time of the year. People are having a hard time. I live in California, so it's just difficult here. And I'm sure it's hard in Florida too. There's so much going on in the world that if we come from that spark of kindness, it will help us in the long run. So these are tools you can use to up your ante. But the first one is looking at your beliefs because those are what is creating your reality.
And you talked about before about writing down. I think so often people don't even realize they have those negative beliefs. So maybe would you consider that as one of the first steps in the exercise to discover what you have is to write down what limiting beliefs did you hear as a child?
A lot of people won't even be able to do that. They get stuck. Well, my family was nice. Everybody was great. Blissful.
Right.
It's all the smoke screens, right? So if you watch if you watch yourself, so what comes up when I'm talking to you? Is it a jealousy that comes up? Well, then note it. You see your beliefs by the emotions you have. So if you are feeling less than, and you write down, I'm feeling less than, that must be some limiting belief. Usually your limiting beliefs are, I'm not good enough. I'm all alone. Nobody wants me. The big one when I was at work was, they brought me into the world, they can take me out of the world. That was a fear for children. That was what they said. Parents said that. I
Oh,
brought you
I
in,
know. My parents
I
said
can take
that.
you out. So what does that do to a kid? Do you trust? What happens to your trust? You're a little kid. So if you can sit down and check your emotions when things happen, those are key indicators of what you believe. Number
Yep.
2 is to write down the beliefs if you have them. Just write, what do I believe about money? What do I believe about relationships? How do I feel about me? Do I like me? It's just unveiling who you are and really who you are, no matter what field you're in. You
Yep.
are an incredible human being with a gift to share. That is who you are.
Yep. And I love it when people share. It's funny, I think about it sometimes. You said like going to the grocery store and just sharing a smile. There's so often where you can share a smile because whether you have a language barrier, old, young, that smile is just an amazing communication and a way to share happiness. And I think that's something that is so often overlooked.
I don't think people realize it. They just don't realize it. But all of these tools, including meditation or yoga or whatever a person wants, that will increase them being aware of what they really want. Do you want to be a good realtor? If that's your job and that's what you really want, you can do that. There's no reason that you can't be the most exceptional real estate agent out there.
Absolutely.
The only thing that blocks you are the thoughts that you aren't good enough, or that money's tight, or whatever. So it's about looking at the thoughts and then creating a new story.
I agree. I agree. Well, I know you have ways that people can get in touch with you. If they want to find out more about what you're doing, can you share social media, website, whatever you want to share?
Well, I can share my website. That's pretty good because then they can see how the wounds start in 0 to 8. And so my website is lynnpatner.com. I'm an author of a book called The Awakened Soul, Finding the Light Within. I've been a social worker, child welfare. I've been, what else? I've been a lot of things. And I'm all about healing. I'm all about looking at the belief system of the inner child and seeing where these obnoxious beliefs came from and being able to create a new story where you are the Cinderella, where you are the Prince Charming, whatever. You create your reality, and your reality is created by what you think. And that's a gift. And that I want to give to everybody because it's such a beautiful gift. That's it.
Well, I agree. Thank you so much for all that you do. And thanks for taking the time. I know how hard it is to get a book out of your head and into the pages. So well done on that. And as you know, I'm always looking for the silver lining. So I'm going to ask you to lift your voice and say yay with me as we go off the air. Okay?
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Yay!
Thank you, Lynn. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Jennifer. It was